Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and today it is schedule release day, and JP Finley just broke the news that the Washington Commanders will open the season versus the Jacksonville Jaguars at FedEx Field. So we're going to talk about that and why the Washington Commanders need to win that game, and we'll also go over one other game leak and some other interesting schedule news for the Washington Commanders. So if you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for Washington and NFL content on the road to 8,000 subscribers. We're about 500 away, so please help me get there. Also with that like button and turn on those notifications so you never miss a video, and go ahead and follow the Twitter, first link in the description. Now let's get right into the video. So today is NFL schedule release day, and at 8 p.m. the whole schedule will be released for every team in the NFL. And I'm not a big schedule guy, like I don't really care that much, but I know some people do, so that's why I'm making these videos right now. And then this will probably be my last video before the final schedule gets released later today. So let's get started. So JP Finley broke the news. He's usually good with, these schedule things. He says Washington will open the season versus Jacksonville at FedEx Field. Per sources, good chance for a week 1 Commanders win against a Jags team that went 3-14 last year. So I mean, yeah, this is obviously, like, they got to win this game. This is one of the games on the schedule that you look at and you're like, okay, this is a game that they definitely should win, and it's at home too. Like, they're going to be big favorites week 1, and if they win the game, it'll be, we'll be happy, start off 1-0. It's always great to start off 1-0, but if they lose, it's going to be ugly already after week 1, because you lose to a team. Yes, they're going to be much better this year, but you lose to a team that went 3-14 last year, had the number 1 overall pick, and you're at home. Like, you can't do that. You cannot do that at all. And I think, though, the Jaguars are a much better team than they were last year. And I mean, you kind of have to when you spend like whatever they spent in free agency. I mean, when they went after so many different guys. I mean, Brandon Sheriff, Christian Kirk, a bunch of other, a couple other receivers, I believe, as well, and some guys on the defensive side of the ball. So, like, they paid a lot of money to these free agents, so they're going to be a better team. We'll see how much better of a team. I don't think they're going to be anything more than 6-7 wins. So, like, Washington still should be able to take care of business. And, like, I always like playing teams with new head coaches in the beginning of the season, and Doug Peterson obviously isn't a new head coach, because he's been he obviously coached for the Eagles before, but at least it's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period. Usually coaches, even coaches with prior head coaching experience, they start off a little slow with their new team, just because it takes a while for them to get used to each other, the system and everything. So I think that's a very slight advantage. It's a much better advantage when you're going up against a rookie head coach. That's when the advantage is much, much higher. But I still think it's an advantage for the Washington Commanders, and they 100% should win this game. And Carson Wentz's last game against the with the Colts last year was against the Jaguars, and obviously that did not end well. But he wasn't the only one who played bad. And I think the Colts haven't won in Jacksonville since 2013, I believe. It was a long time. So, yeah, whatever, though, we got to win this game right here. And if they do, they'll start off 1-0. If they lose, they'll be 0-1, and it'll be a bad 0-1 too, because it's against the Jaguars. So let's go on to the other game that has been leaked, and that is the Commanders versus the Chicago Bears, Week 6 at Soldier Field. And that's Thursday, October 13th. So another big game for the Commanders, a game that they should win. The Bears are, they're not great. They're not great, and they're going to have a young quarterback in Justin Fields who didn't play amazing last year, and it's still going to be pretty early in the season. So this is another game I think they should absolutely win. The Bears have some okay pieces, but they're kind of rebuilding. I mean, they traded Khalil Mack, they lost Allen Robinson, so like they're definitely rebuilding a little bit, and this is early in the season, and I think that they should take advantage of that. It is in Chicago, but I think that they should win this game. And you look at, Charles Leno, who played with Chicago his whole career before coming to Washington. He is excited for this game. Going back to Chicago, maybe he will. It's a little bit of a revenge game, and I forgot to talk about with this game right here. Brandon Sheriff revenge game. Obviously he's playing for the Jaguars. Going to be a little bit of a revenge game for him, but I don't think he cares that much. But just quick thought right there. So yeah, Bears game. That's another game they should win. Washington has the preseason projected easiest schedule in the NFL. Obviously, things will change with injuries and stuff like that. But last year, at the end of the season, Washington had the hardest strength of schedule out of any team. So going from the hardest in 2021 to the projected easiest in 2022 is very good for the Washington Commanders. And you got some teams that you should definitely win against. And, I think the Bears are one of them. The Jaguars are another team. The Texans are probably another team as well. So, there's a lot of, games that Washington should definitely win on this, in this season. There's definitely some tough games as well. No doubt about it. They also, though, again, play 2 games against the Giants, which should be pretty easy games. Hopefully, the Eagles games and Cowboys games, though, will be pretty tough. And last thing, and this is from Kevin Sheehan, he says, for the holiday planners, source tells me that Washington is definitely not one of the 3 Christmas Day games, and I'm honestly happy about that. I mean, I don't care that much, but not having one on Christmas, I don't know. It could definitely ruin your Christmas if, we lose to whatever team we play that day. And Thanksgiving, that still hasn't come out yet. I'm not sure. Maybe Washington could play the Cowboys. That's definitely something that could happen. Also, there were thoughts maybe the Lions. There was a schedule. There's an account that's kind of leaking out the schedule, and it's really false. A lot of their things are false, but they did say that the Commanders will play on Thanksgiving against the Lions. I doubt it. We'll see, though. That definitely could be something that happens, and that will be a holiday game. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. Peace, guys.